I, Police Colonel 𝗙𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗘𝗟, 3rd Level Officer, presently assigned at Personal Holding Administrative Unit, Camp Crame, Quezon City, after duly sworn to, under oath and in accordance with law, do hereby depose and states that on October 16, 2024, I was again invited as a resource person in the 9th Joint Public Hearing of Committees on Dangerous Drug, Public Order, Safety and Human Rights, and Public Accounts of the House of Representatives scheduled on October 22, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. I, together with other invited PNP personnel, attended the joint hearing in the House of Representatives. After I answered questions related to extrajudicial killings and the reward system, I was approached by a security personnel while I was seated in one of the witnesses during the hearing. The said person told me that I was summoned by Congressman Dan Fernandez. After a while, Kong Dan Fernandez entered the room and he asked me to sit beside him on his right side. And then Kong Abante entered the room, sat far end of the chair on the right. One of the lawyers of Police Karma stood near at my back. Kong Dan Fernandez put the paper he was holding on the table and told me, "Ito ang sasabihin mong statement na ito," while pointing on the paragraph on the paper. Ito ang supplemental affidavit ni Colonel Garma. Sabihin mo, alam mo ang reward system. I-confirm mo lang. Kong Dan told me to read the said affidavit. However, I asked the copy of affidavit he was showing to me to read it. He did not give it to me. The lawyer of Police Colonel Garma said, "Ikaw lang ang pwedeng magsabi niyan," sabi ni Colonel Garma. I was puzzled and I asked myself, why me? I respectfully told him that I cannot confirm. They are saying as I have not read the affidavit. We went silent for a while. After some time, Kong Abante asked me how many years do still I have with the PNP. I answered, I still have 4 years before my retirement. Then he made a remark, "Pwede ka pang maging general." I humbly responded to him, "Masaya na ako sa ranggo ko, sir. Pagkatapos nito, sir, uuwi na lang ako. At magtatanim na lang ako ng kamote sa amin."
Chairman, we have with us a letter of excuse coming from the lawyers of Mr. Police Colonel 𝗙𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗘𝗟. And once again, attached is a medical request from his doctor, a certain Dr. Montenegro, for a request to admit Colonel 𝗙𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗘𝗟. But just to inform everyone, this is now the 3rd time that Colonel 𝗙𝗙𝗥𝗡𝗟 was absent, and he sent us 3 excuse letter with the same reason, medical, Mr. Chairman. May I respectfully move, Mr. Chairman, that we will direct our medical officer in the House to check personally the status of Colonel 𝗙𝗙𝗥𝗡𝗟 with regards to his medical condition, Mr. Chairman.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Fernandez is manifesting that he be recognized.
Yes,
Is
thank
that,
you, Mr. Chairman.
So before we finally rule on this motion, so is this an amendment to the motion?
No. I just wanted to manifest something. Mr. Chairman, as much as I wanted to inhibit myself on the discussion about this Colonel 𝗙𝗙𝗥𝗡𝗟, medyo medyo nakakapiko na po, Mr. Chairman, his continued absence, in this committee hearing, in the pretext of medical excuses are not acceptable. He wants to run, He wants to run. Running away from his responsibility and mentioning the name of this representation. He tainted the image of this representation, not only of this representation, but the whole of the Quadcom. Now, Mr. Chairman, medyo hindi ko po matatanggap yung excuses na medical services. As a matter of fact, Mr. Chairman, kung titignan mo itong kanyang excuse that written by his lawyer, kaya hindi po siya nakapunta rito because he was still in the hospital. Mula nung November 13 hanggang ngayon, nasa hospital pa rin siya. And he wanted to get a clearance prior to his surgical operation dahil meron daw po siyang rotator cuff syndrome that can be treated through rest, sling, and anti-inflammatory medications. Surely, he wanted to evade this hearing. Ayaw niyang panindigan yung mga sinabi niya doon sa affidavit niya sa Senado. In the previous hearing, Mr. Chairman, we manifested, di ba, na we will be relinquish our chairmanship on the issue of Colonel Grijaldo. Pero hanggang ngayon, inaantay po natin siya dito.
Lang, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige. Please, you're recognized.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Narinig ko kasi yung rotator cuff syndrome. No, on September 18, 2024, kung nakikita niyo ako dito, nakasling ako, I didn't have a syndrome. I had a torn rotator cuff and I had my surgery in September 18, 2024. On September 19, nakalabas na ako ng ospital.
Okay.
So this is elective surgery. 'Di ba? Ngayon, kung talagang kung talagang ang rotator cuff syndrome ay matindi, yung sa kanya, we can recommend for a complete disability retirement. 'Di ba? Kasi may annual check-up ang mga pulis. So kung may annual, andito yata yung NAPOLCOM, pwede nilang gawin yan. At pwede nating i-recommend ang ganun, kung ganun kalala. Pero based on my experience, 5 ang screw ko sa balikat ko ngayon. Torn rotator, torn bicep, frozen shoulder. Pero 1 day lang, pinalabas na ako ng ospital.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that information.
Chair.
You know, I've always maintained my silence over the accusation of Colonel Grijaldo on this because I do not anymore want to belabor what he said in the Senate. Because anyway, the people watching to us right now does not believe in his lies to us, no? Pero the thing is, he must appear. He must appear here and tell us about these accusations to us. Oo, kami naman, Mr. Chair, we are willing to inhibit ourselves while he is here being asked by the Quadcom. Oo. So my name was one of those mentioned with Congressman Dan Fernandez that we pressured him to tell a lie. Oo. And his lie is brazen, Mr. Chairman. So, I'd like to find out what we're gonna do with Colonel Grijaldo, realizing that he has not appeared here 3 times with the excuse that he has been in the hospital and confined, Mr. Chair.
Let me allow the chair first to rule on the motion. The parliamentary status is that there is a motion that the House physician be directed to call on and visit Colonel Grijaldo and ensure that indeed, 1, he needed confinement in a hospital. 2, that indeed he is suffering from a certain medical condition. And we will direct the House physician to ascertain this information. Now, before we rule, I allowed Chairman Fernandez to make a manifestation, and Congressman Abante also made this manifestation. Now I will recognize Congressman Flores for the amendment to the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Mr. Chair, I
Congressman
just would
Flores.
like to propose an amendment to the motion of Chairman Caraps, Mr. Chair. If he would agree, Mr. Chair, that we ask the PNP to also send their doctor, Mr. Chair, because I believe that if Colonel Guijardo is incapacitated to appear before a committee hearing, then would he be in a physical capacity to serve as a colonel in the PNP? If that would prohibit him from serving in the PNP in that manner, Mr. Chair, then maybe the PNP should also determine his physical fitness to continue serving as an officer of the PNP, Mr. Chair.
Okay, that's noted. The amendment is to include the Philippine National Police Medical Director to likewise check on Colonel Grijaldo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, there's a motion as amended and duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried.